So hi everybody, welcome to Deep Thought Podcast with Diana. I'm Diana, and you might have seen one of my videos already, but what I'm doing right now is I am going to make some small videos while I'm working on getting the podcast ready. So these small videos will be me talking about stuff that matters to me, deep thoughts, telling you about the process of the podcast, where I am, what I'm doing, everything in that sort of area. So you can always ask me questions if you have any, of course. At the moment, I'm at the point where I am working on getting some graphics ready. I'm working on getting the sound side of the podcast ready, which is something I'm not good at myself, so I need to find someone to help me do it. So that I'm working on. I'm also working on some small projects alongside that. I did my first interview with Elle, and it's very interesting, if you ask me. I look forward to sharing it with you, hopefully very soon. The process might be a bit slow as next to the podcast, I'm working full time and we're also renovating the house. But hopefully I will squeeze these small bits of video in, as well as getting something done on the podcast and be able to share it with you very, very soon. In these small video bits, I will talk about something that's deep as well. So I will talk about something about myself, or some thoughts I've had about some issues, or whatever it might be. And if you have any questions, feel free to actually ask them. I've been doing a lot of a lot might be an overstatement, but I've been working with myself. I have been in a place where I figured that I need to work a bit on myself, and this is a place I'm still at. I still need a lot of work, but that's also part of the podcast, of course, that I want to evolve and I want to be a different person. Not that I don't like the person I am today. Well, I mostly like the person I am today, but as always, there's something I would like to do better, and some things I would like to change. One of the things that I've been doing is with my work, I've had some leadership training, and with that, some coaching. And the coach I had told me something. Well, we talked about something that, based on this 2-day trip to the forest we had, we kind of got to talk about my background, because what I realized in the forest, we were out 11 people, and what I realized is that I always, no matter the situation, in these kind of situations where you often have to step up and do things and have some kind of, I don't know, brotherhood, which it's clearly not, but kind of the sentiment of it, I always feel left outside. I never feel like I connect deeply with people on these kinds of trips, and I kind of hate them. I can't stop thinking about what if they are talking about me? What if they don't like me? I wonder if what I did at this point is what they're talking about now, if someone else is talking where I can't hear them, or something like that. So I always end up feeling very much outside, or alone, an outsider. I think a lot of people might feel like this, but the thing that I talked to the coach about was that these feelings might be from somewhere else. He was asking me, like, okay, so where do you think this is coming from? And I was kind of thinking, well, I don't know. And then I thought about it, that when I went to school and I was like, I don't know, 10, 11, something like that, maybe a bit younger, maybe a bit older, I got bullied a lot. So I got hit on the head, like like this, from people, and one day one of the kids cut my hair and like stuff like that. And thinking back, I see now that for one, awful behavior, and today in Denmark at least, this would not be happening because the parents would be all over. um, in my time, it was just more kind of a, oh well, you guys will probably figure it out kind of thing. But the thing is that what I realized is that this kind of put me, well, it's had a lot of effect on me since, which is kind of scary, but also it's both had some bad influence, like when I'm in the forest with a lot of people on leadership training and I feel like I'm totally outside. Well, we were outside, but an outsider. But it's also helped me push through some things. I'm sure I I've thought I thought a lot about it, and I did a lot to actually get away from where I was. So getting an education, moving, doing things that it had. I always thought it had something to do with my family, and I guess it did at some point as well. I love my family, no question about that. But there's also some, things that you want to not do or do in relation to your family, and I wanted something else for myself. So I did get an education. I did do something that my family wasn't, well, they didn't. So it was, but it just also dawned on me that it's also been this bullying that made me want to do something else, that made me want to get away and do something. And now the idea for me, or the next step for me, is trying to figure out how to leave this behind, and trying to become a person who's not in some kind of jail due to this past behavior of other people, which sounds insane, but it is kind of what I'm like. It's on an unconscious level what I'm making my decisions from. It's affecting a lot of my life because I've been living that way for the past 25 years, with this feeling and these people in the back of my mind without even knowing it. So what I'm hoping now is that this journey with the podcast, and hopefully you guys will have some inspiring stories, but also the deep dives we're going to do into some interesting topics, can not only help you guys and be an inspiration for you guys, but definitely also help me to figure out how to get past this and be a better version of me, and be a version of me that's not guided, is not the right word, but that's the one I can think of. But a person that's not being guided by all these past events and things that have been so hard on me when I was young. And I know that it's nothing compared to a lot of other people's hardships, but the thing is, it's really hard to measure up against anyone else when it comes to these kinds of things. And the funny thing actually is that in a lot of other aspects in life, we kind of measure up towards other people. So I'm gonna try to not do that as much, and try to be me, and try to be proud of who I am. And hopefully I can, with the podcast and these videos, also help you guys be proud to be who you are, and help you guys and just inspire people to be better versions of themselves and be the people they want to be ultimately. I'm not sure if we can ever be totally satisfied with who we are, but we can do our best to get there and try and get there at least. So that's what I'm gonna try and do. I'm gonna embrace the new situation I'm in with my boyfriend and our new house and my job and everything that goes on there and this new podcast. And then I'm gonna just, do the best I can to live the best life I can. So that's all for me for now. I hope I can get to post the first interview very soon. Have a really great day. Bye.